Watch the end of this video for a link to free worksheets at mcruffy.com. Hi there, I'm Clark the dog. After learning that nouns are people, places, and things, I began to wonder, what are verbs? I found out there are different groups of verbs. One group of verbs is called action verbs. Action verbs tell what nouns are doing in a sentence. There are lots of great action verbs. This word is an action verb. It's the word eats. The girl eats pasta. It's what the girl is doing. The boy eats an apple. It's what the boy is doing. The dog eats a biscuit. It's what I wish I were doing. They are so good. I would do some action verbs for one of those, like sit, roll, and beg. Oh, yum, yum, yum. I went out searching for verbs and found this squirrel. I thought about all the verbs that described what the squirrel is doing. The squirrel is standing. Standing is a verb that tells what the squirrel is doing with its feet. The squirrel smiled at the nice dog. That was me. Smiled is a verb that tells what the squirrel was doing with its mouth. The squirrel sees an acorn. Sees is a verb that tells what the squirrel is doing with its eyes. The squirrel made me happy. Made is a verb that tells what the squirrel is doing for the nice dog. That sure is a busy squirrel. It will probably want me to bark at it and chase it up a tree later. Bark, bark. So far we have talked about the verbs eats, standing, smiled, sees, and made. Here are a list of 4 more words. Can you tell which words are nouns and which words are verbs? The words are swam, wolf, desk, and jump. Which are nouns and which are verbs? The words swam and jump are the verbs. Wolf and desk are the nouns. Find the 2 verbs in this list. Kangaroo, found, children, choose. Which are the verbs? Which are the nouns? The verbs are found and choose. Kangaroo and children are nouns. Let's try one more list. The words are stood, food, grow, tooth. The verbs are stood and grow. The words food and tooth are nouns. Were you able to tell which words were verbs and which words were nouns? Read the sentences and find the verbs. Find the verb in this sentence. The rooster crowed. Did you choose the word crowed? It's the verb. It describes what the rooster did. When the rooster crowed, it totally interrupted my barking. Find the verb in this sentence. The moose drank. Did you choose the word drank? It is the verb. It describes what the moose did. Just a safety tip, it's not a good idea to bark at a moose unless they're on TV. Find the verb in this sentence. The goose flapped its wings. Did you choose the word flapped? It is the verb. It describes what the goose did to encourage the dog to bark at it. Bark, 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 bark. Sometimes you can't tell for sure if a word is a noun or a verb unless you put it in a sentence. This is the word watch. Let's use the word as a noun and a verb. Can you tell which sentence uses the word watch as a verb? A watch tells time. The cats watch the dog. In the sentence, a watch tells time, the word watch is a noun in the sentence. It is a thing. In the sentence, the cats watch the dog, the word watch is used as a verb. It's what the cats are doing. It's what a lot of cats do whenever I come near them. So, sometimes it takes a whole sentence to tell if a word is a verb. It's like the word bark. Trees have bark. Bark can be a thing. The word bark can be used as a noun. Dogs bark. Bark is something dogs do. It can be a verb. Isn't bark a great word? It's one of my favorites. Bark, bark. Thanks for letting me share so many of the action verbs I learned. Just remember that verbs tell what nouns are doing. Verbs can tell the actions of nouns. What are some of your favorite verbs? Maybe you can make a list. Can you use them in a sentence? Go to McGruffy.com and click the Resource Center menu to find a YouTube Worksheets button. We have some PDF verb worksheets waiting for you. A link can be found in the description.